Good evening and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight, it's the Bluegrass Iracing series presented to you by the Majula C Speed Shop. On the track right now, car number 37, that's Brandon Marlowe. Brandon Marlowe, car number 37 out on the track. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. He will exit turn number 4. Going across the start finish line. Let's see if he improves. He will stay third quick. Next on track, car number 75J. This is Jesse Jondra. Jesse Jondra did a 75J here at Fairbury. Jondra goes quick time with 11.956. 11.956. Next on the track, car number 51. This is Jacob Laster. Jacob Laster, car number 51. Laster currently, let's see here, coming out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Let's see where he scores at. He did not score. He must hit something. On the track now, car number 28 is Randy Reeser. Randy Reeser, car number 28. He exits turn number 4 down the front straightaway. He goes second quickest with 11.968. His second lap, let's see if he improves. He does not. Next on track, car number 357 is Cody Sieber. Cody Sieber. And the Max Stroop Sim Sports, car number 357. Cody Sieber, 11th quickest. Next on track, car number 48, it's Scott Fritz. Scott Fritz at car number 48. He goes third quickest with a 12.006. His second time lap out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. He will stay third quick. On the track now is the 999 machine of Corey Sibley. He's currently 13th quickest. Into turn number 3, he will makes a little contact. This lap will not count. He will stay 13th quickest. Drivers left to qualify be Tyler Berry, Ryan Williams, Jory Nick, Brett Fisher, and Michael Pearman. Cody, you here? Well, what happened was Cody was riding a horse to the track and kind of slipped and fell off and bumped his head. So. All right, we got a little halfway to go with qualifying. Next on the track, car number 30F is Brett Fisher. Brett Fisher, car number 30F. Brett Fisher currently 15th quickest with a 12.633. It's 20 cars here tonight. I mean, I think Cody Nevin hurt himself falling off of a horse, but I mean, could have been when he's feeding the goats. I really don't know. You're watching the Bluegrass Iracing Series Pro Late Models. This is a fixed series presented to you by Majula C Speed Shop. 15 drivers are timed in. We got 2.5 minutes left of qualifying. We can have for about 5 more that are left. So we're waiting for these drivers. Jesse Jodward, Randy Reeser, Scott Fritz, Brendan Marlowe, James Braswell, your top 5. Then you have Scott Smith, Jason Cord, Brandon LaShaw, Ethan Packard, and Cody Sieber, your top 10. You got Corey Sibley, Stevie Hoover, Benjamin Bruno, Jordan Gross, and Brett Fisher. Rounding out your top 15. Michael Pyramid, Jory Dix, Ryan Williams, Tyler Berry, Jacob Laster. All that's left to qualify. All right, we're approaching the 1 minute mark of qualifying. Then we'll go heat race action. 2 heat races tonight. Here at Fairbury. Fairbury is one of those, you either love it or you hate it. You know, you can either have some good racing here, or you can have some horrible racing. And tonight, with the 20 drivers we have, I believe we're going to have some awesome racing here at Fairbury. Make sure to hit that like and follow button. Share it out with your friends, family, loved ones. Grab you a drink and some popcorn, because it's going to get interesting as we're at the 15-second mark before we go heat race action. Your top 5 in qualifying: Jesse Jodward with quick time with 11.947. Randy Reeser second with 11.949. Third is Scott Fritz. Fourth, Brandon Barlow, and James Braswell rounds out your top 5. Here is your starting lineup for tonight's Bluegrass Iracing Series Pro Link Models here at Fairbury. Cody, are you back? No, still not back. On the pole tonight, car number 75J is Jesse Jodward. To his outside, and the 48, it's Scott Fritz. Row number 2 to the inside is James Braswell Jr., and to his outside is Jason Korn in the 82. Row number 3 be Ethan Packard and Corey Sibley. To his outside, rolling off 6 tonight in that 999 machine. Benjamin Bruno will roll off 7th on the 4th row. And to his outside, the 30F, the Fisher Racing, it's Brett Fisher. Your 5th and final row, the Sidebot Motorsports, car number 95 is Jory Dick. And to his outside, car number 4 is Michael Pierman. All right, the cars start to roll off. The 75 of Jesse Jondred and the 48 Scott Fritz bring us to the green flag. Out of turn number 4, we're racing. 8 laps the distance. Jondred goes to an early race lead. Fritz is second. The 109 of James Braswell Jr. under attack by Jason Cord to the outside. Oh, battle, they make contact, and around goes James Braswell Jr. And he's on top of the roof of the 30. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, they're still racing. All right, the caution comes out now. James Braswell makes a little contact with 82. Then Corey Sibley had nowhere to go. Jondred, Fritz, and Korn, your top 3. You got Michael Pierman. He's the 4th. He's up 6 spots at the start of the race.
Hello, Steve McMillan.
Hello. Alrighty, the pace truck comes back on. We're going to delay the green. Jondred, Fritz, Korn. Was telling everybody how he fell off the horse coming to the track. Or it could have been the little donkeys you was trying to feed, or the goats, whatever they were.
Geese. I was feeding the geese, actually. Yeah, they're quite friendly this time of year.
Sure they are. Let's just say he was holding some tuna earlier that morning, and
something like that. Good to be back.
All right, the pace truck is in. We're fixing to go back to race, and Jesse Jondred brings us back to the green out turn number 4. Jondred goes to the high side right now. This is the high side dominance here at Fairbury. Fritz with a good run off of 2, down the back straightaway into turn number 3. They're tapping that wall with their right rear as we complete lap number 4.
High side hustling here around the Fairbury American Legion Speedway as we are coming down to work lap at number 6 of 8. Jondred, Fritz, Korn, Pierman, Sibley, your top 5.
Jesse Jondred, look at him. He's starting to pull away there from the 48 Fritz.
He is. Yeah, Jesse's been on a tear lately. All over the place. Officials, leagues hosted, you name it. You guys have been on an actual rocket ship lately. But don't count on Scott Fritz either in that 48. He can make magic happen. Coming to the white.
White flag is out. One more to go for Jesse Jondred, Scott Fritz, and Jason Cord. Your top 3 out of turn number 2 for the final time. And it's turn number 3. Out of turn number 4, picking up your Heat Race 1 win. It's going to be Jesse Jondred, Scott Fritz, Jason Cord, Michael Pierman, Corey Sibley. 6 is Benjamin Bruno, Ethan Packer, James Braswell Jr., Brett Fisher, and Jory Nick. Your top 10. Here is your starting lineup for Heat Race number 2 of the Bluegrass Iracing Series. Pro Late Malls presented to you by Majula C Speed Shop. On the pole, at car number 28 is Randy Reeser. To his outside is Brandon Marlowe.
Inside of row number 3 is going to be that side-by Motorsports driver Scott Smith. To his outside is going to be the 33 of Brandon Letshaw.
Row number 3 is Corey Sibley to Max Droop Sim Sports. Car number 357 to his outside is Stevie Hoover to 21.
Jordan Gross out of P7 tonight from the Plains, and Tyler Berry in a 500 machine out of the Midwest.
And your final row tonight for your final heat race. Into 51 is Jacob Laster. He hails from Tennessee. And to his outside is Ryan Williams in a 63 machine. Lights are going out. We're going racing out of turn number 4.
See what some of these guys have here tonight. Anybody that's planning on running Pro Series quals, it's going to be one of the tracks on the schedule, so we're going to see a little early peek of what everybody's got here tonight, Steven.
You definitely can. As out of turn number 4, we're racing Randy Reeser with a good start there. Brandon Marlowe in second. Look at the 53 of Scott Smith trying to make something work on the bottom. Here comes Brandon LaShaw there in the 33 machine. The battle for third. They're side by side out of turn number 4. Randy Reeser leads lap number 1.
Randy Reeser off to another good start here on the final week of the regular season points for the Bluegrass Iracing Series. Marlowe second, LaShaw third, Smith fourth, Sieber fifth. Tyler Berry trying to close up to the back and catch the 5th place runner of Cody Sieber. Looks like there's a little bit of gap there. Scott Smith looking to the inside of Brandon LaShaw. Nothing doing, Steven.
Definitely Randy Reeser pulling away from Brandon Marlowe. Brandon LaShaw there in the 3rd spot with Smith and Sieber. Those three. Look at Smith look underneath momentarily. Could not make it happen as we are halfway down, halfway to go in heat race number 2. LaShaw made a little mistake there. Look at Scott Smith to the bottom. He slides up. LaShaw with a run on the outside.
I was wondering when we're going to start to see the slide jobs. We are at Slide Job City here tonight. Is Scott Smith still working the bottom side on LaShaw? Nothing working. He's just drawing back even, but that allows Sieber. Sieber's going to go to his outside with 2 to go here. Scott Smith is going to have to make a decision whether he's going to stay on the bottom, do the slide job, or fall in line.
Out of turn number 4, the white flags are waving. One more to go for Randy Reeser. Brandon Marlowe in that 2nd spot there. They pulled away for Brandon LaShaw there. Out of turn number 4, picking up the win. Give it to Randy Reeser with heat race number 2 win. Brandon Marlowe, Brandon LaShaw, Cody Sieber, Scott Smith, your top 5. Tyler Berry, Stevie Hoover, Jacob Laster, Ryan Williams, and Jordan Gross rounds out your 10-car field for heat race number 2. And here is your starting lineup for your LCQ. 12 cars are battling for not a starting position, but to improve their positions in the future race. On the pole, the 999 machine is Corey Sibley.
Outside of Corey Sibley, Scott Smith is going to be to his outside. Then we'll have Benjamin Bruno in the 93 machine rolling off P3. And then Tyler Berry in the 500 will be on the inside of row number 2, or outside of row number 2, excuse me.
Row number 3 be Ethan Packard in the 47 and Stevie Hoover to his outside.
James Braswell Jr. from the Mid-South Mafia and Jacob Lassiter are going to make up your 4th row here tonight.
Your 5th row be Brett Fisher and Ryan Williams.
Jory Nix and Jordan Gross going to be your 6th and final row here tonight for your B main.
Jordan's not Gross, he's Gross.
Gross. Jordan Gross it is. So looks like we have one driver missing the grid here. I believe that's going to be the 51 of Jacob Lassiter. Tough break for that driver. Might be able to come out and catch a tail end of the grid here, but if he was looking to improve his starting position, that's not the way to do it.
As you see the cars rolling into turn number 3, coming out turn number 4 there. He's going to draw out this track a little bit, make it a little bit more interesting.
Definitely. Yeah, when the bottom starts to come in a little bit, we're going to see some, I'm anticipating anyways, to see some massive slide jobs out of these guys. It's going to be pretty cool to watch.
The pace truck is in. How about that? 12 laps of distance. Take it away.
Coming to the green here for B main action. Sibley's going to jump on the loud pedal. He's going to lead him down in the turns number 1 and 2. Smith, Bruno on the high side, or excuse me, Barry on the high side. Bruno making it 3 wide with Braswell coming into turns number 3 and 4. Contact. Scott Smith's going to send Sibley around in front of the field, and we have a mess on the front straightaway here, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to not bring out the yellow flag. Excuse me, we're going to stay green here, Steven.
Staying green, look at Tyler Berry with slide job side by side with Braswell. Tyler Berry throws it in there. He slings it hot out of turn number 2. He's going to turn Braswell around in turn number 3. Grab your partner and sling them along. We're racing, folks, in the last chance qualifier.
Surely thought that one was going to bring out the yellow, Steven, but it did not. Tyler Berry is keeping her hammered down around the top side. Tough break for the 109 with James Braswell. Brett Fisher, on the other hand, he moves himself up into some prime real estate as we are working halfway here, just about halfway in your B-main action here tonight. A correction on the grid. Jacob Lassiter is actually in this race. It is Ethan Packard that missed the grid, Steven. Apologies for that.
Well, look at this. Brett Fisher up 7 spots at the start of the race. He avoided the wild mess and kept it going. Look a little further back there. Ryan Williams, he's up 6 spots, running that 4th position, trying to get around Benjamin Bruno in the 46. The 999 machine of Corey Sibley, he's currently running 5th.
Yeah, tough break for Corey Sibley, but he's got it back collected, back together as he's working a lap, or they're all working, excuse me, lap number 8 out of 12. Stevie Hoover's going to take a peek to the inside of the 999 machine now as he's trying, as the 999 started off, got turned in front of the field, so he's going to have to try to track back down the 500 Tyler Berry, but it looks like he is setting ship and sailing along. He's bringing along Brett Fisher as well.
Definitely. Tyler Berry, your race leader. Fisher in 2nd. Fisher trying to get that bottom in. Ryan Williams now up 7 spots in that 3rd position in the 63. Fisher makes a little mistake out the exit. We got 2 laps to go.
2 laps to go, and James Braswell is actually about to be lapped here with 2 laps to go. That's unfortunate for him. Tough break for that driver, but Tyler Berry is going to come down to the white flag, and he is going to set sail for what looks to be an easy B-main victory here. You got Ryan Williams making a last-chance effort on the outside, cruising around Brett Fisher, but at the flag, it's going to be that 500 machine for T-Berry Motorsports. It's going to be the 500 Tyler Berry, Ryan Williams, Brett Fisher, Benjamin Bruno, Corey Sibley, your unofficial top 5.
6, Stevie Hoover, Jory Nix, Jacob Laster, Jordan Gross, Scott Smith, James Braswell Jr., and Ethan Packard round out your field here at Fairbury. So while they're doing that, Cody, why don't you go ahead and pick out the points?
Yeah, we'll do.
Doing that. While you're looking at that, you ready to do the starting lineup?
Oh, did they advance? Yes.
They did.
Yeah, we can do that, and then I'll give you a quick rundown on points whenever we get a chance. So for your feature event here tonight for the last regular season event in the Bluegrass Iracing Dirt Series, it is going to be the 75 of Jesse Johndrud on pole. Randy Reeser is going to be to his outside, Steven.
Row number 2 be Scott Fritz and Brandon Marlowe rolling off 4th.
Jason Cohen in the 82 and Brandon Latshaw in the 33 are going to make up your 3rd row here tonight.
Row number 4 be Michael Pierman and Cody Sieber in the 357.
Row number 5 is going to be the 500 of Tyler Berry from the Midwest, and Ryan Williams is going to be to his outside in the 63.
Row number 6 be Brett Fisher rolling off 11th, and 12th be Benjamin Bruno.
Nope, excuse me. Corey Sibley in the 999 machine for Tailtag and Motorsports, and Stevie Hoover are going to be rolling off 13th, 14th.
15th tonight be Jory Dick, and to the south side, Jacob Laster.
Jordan Gross and Scott Smith are going to make up your 17th and 18th starting positions here tonight, Steven.
In your final row be James Braswell Jr. and Ethan Packard, rounding out your 20-car field.
All right. I think we're going to go 2 to green here. So real quick on the points, you guys, we got Scott Fritz in the lead over Jesse Johndrud, Randy Reeser, Ethan Packard, Brandon Marlowe, Cody Sieber, James Braswell Jr., Brent Fisher, Scott Smith, Tyler Berry are going to be your top 10 coming into the final week of regular season points.
All right, the lights are out. We're going racing out of turn number 4. 50 laps of this is Johndrud and Reeser side by side. Here we go, Cody. It's fixing to be a throwdown for the showdown. We're racing out turn number 4.
Absolutely, I think it's going to be an absolutely just banger of a race as John Drew is going to take your early race lead. Reeser Fritz side by side for P2, Marlowe. And we got Korn, Lashaw, Sieber. Hornadale gets a big door from the 82 machine. Jason Korn there is weird, just hard racing, boys. 3 wide, 4 wide in the back of the pack.
Meanwhile, for 3 wide for the race lead and give it to Scott Fritz at a 4. Scott Fritz would lead lap number 2. Fritz trying to work the bottom side. John Drew up high, 2 by 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. We got a caution out on the racetrack.
Yellow waves early on here from Fall Speedway as we were just really hard racing there.
Looking at your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. Oh, the 33 gets turned around. Laster is involved a little bit. The 21 of Stevie Hoover. Maybe they were... I don't know. Maybe they were being chased by the goats to feed the...
Yes. Yes. Something like that. Yeah, we don't want those geese. We don't want them flying out and landing on the racetrack here. That would just be unfortunate turn of events.
Or they take a poop in one of the turns and then they get,
yeah,
you can lose it.
You on your last tear off and it just kind of flies over and gives you a little present.
Or your right rear slips on it.
Yeah, there you go. Right rear slipping. Speaking of that, that's going to start to happen as you guys are looking at the speedway. Starting to slick off on the top. Still got a pretty good sized cushion up there, so that's going to help those guys a little bit, but the slicker and slicker this track gets, it's going to be harder and harder to run that wall.
All right, I believe the lights are out. We're going back racing now. Turn number 4, John Drew and Fritz. Your front row, Reeser and Barlow, row number 2. Barry and Cord, row number 3. We're racing out turn number 4. Good start by the 75J. He goes to the middle of the pack. Look at Fritz, looking to the inside. John with the run out of turn number 2. Cord up to 3rd. Reeser battling on his outside. 2 by 2 racing, and we got him 5 wide in the middle of the pack.
Oh, 5 wide as Hornadale's actually going to get sent to the fence. Smith is around. Braswell's involved. Tyler Berry, just an absolute... The big one happens here at Fairbury, folks, is all I got to say.
I bet you that goose.
Oh, it had to be.
It had to be the goose.
No ifs, ands, or buts. Hornadale got some goose poop on his tires and lost all control. A couple other drivers, I think, might have hit it as well. Well, that's just kind of a product of Fairbury. Tight racing early on. Everybody's jockeying for position. Track still got some grip on the bottom side. Some of these guys obviously are working on their cars. They're comfortable on the top side. So we're going to see some pretty hard, close racing here. Probably about midway, maybe before even midway, they might single out, and then we'll start seeing some really good 2x2 racing, some sliders. I'll tell you the truth, Steven, I love this place. It can put on some of the best racing on the sim. It's
well, as
tight
a driver,
racing.
you love it. As
right.
a veteran league owner,
yes.
I cry. As a broadcaster, I love it. How about that?
I definitely understand your. I totally agree with you there. Yeah, as a driver, it's definitely a fun place. But like Steven said, if you're in the headquarters and making calls, it's an absolute nightmare. That's for sure. But also, like you said too, as a broadcaster, it's fun to call a race here as well. So
that's right.
You know, double-edged sword. So.
Well, you know, Brett Wheeler's back at work. He's babysitting the little Joeys.
Yeah, little baby Joeys and the wallabies and.
Yeah. he had a house fire of ants, fire ants.
Oh no. We were talking to Craig Platzi the other day, and Nick actually asked him. He's like, "When's you hear Australia, and it's always the land from down under, and all these poisonous things that'll kill you and whatever." And he asked, Platts, he said, "When's the last time you seen a spider in your front yard?" He goes, "Well, it wasn't in my yard, but it was definitely in my car." So you pick your battles.
You do.
Hey, let me tell you something. You never
Oh.
fired me, okay? It just so happens to be that I just turned on the stream at work, and I hear you talking smack about me. All right? Let's just get one thing straight for everybody out there in Facebook world and YouTube world. I'm still number one. I'm not gonna tell you, but I'm still number one. And let me tell you, I probably could still call a race here at work too. You know what? And you know what?
Well,
You bet your bottom dollar I'm going to do it right now.
Do it, yes. Brett Wheeler, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in, sir.
Thank you.
He must got the little Joey asleep.
Nap time for the Joeys.
Yeah, well, you see, I had to ride it up the steps, so I actually tied it out.
Fair enough.
Single file restart here. Jesse Jodder, your race leader. Fritz and Reeser, your top three. We're going back to racing out turn number 4. No, we're not. All right.
You lied.
I lied.
Why are you lying for?
Because I just like it.
Well, first we had the geese. And what did we have what was it at USA? The Wampus Caddy and a turtle? Was that? Or deer?
The car was Wampus Caddy.
Yes.
That's what it was. Wampus Caddy.
I'm still trying to figure out what that Wampus Caddy is, by the way.
Did we ever get a price check on it?
$13.95.
All right, we're going racing this time. Out of turn number 4. Jodder and Fritz down the front straightaway. Fritz to the inside of Jodder. Oh, Reeser gets in the back of Fritz. This is going to allow Core pull up alongside him for that third spot there in turn number 3. Exiting turn number 4, giving it to Jodder, leading lap number 7.
Mr. Willard? Yeah, absolutely.
You go. Oh, hang on.
Okay.
Yeah, no, look, everyone's walking away, so we're still green. We're 8 now, 42 to run. John Drott still your race leader. Fritz back there in second. Corn, Risa, Jory Nix. Good side-by-side battle there for 4 and 5 positions as Nix goes around the outside. In fact, it's Risa on the outside, Nix on the inside.
Hey, do you know what's neat about this? Brett's looking at an itty-bitty phone calling the race.
Legend.
Well, Steve, did you know that you don't need to have iRacing anymore for broadcasters, for commentators, because you could do on what they call this program called Discord, mate? Would you believe that?
I would never have guessed it in a million years.
There you go. Jesus.
Jesus. Speaking of Jesus, Jesse Jondred's pulled an absolute banger of a gap on Scott Fritz in second. Reese is trying to track him down. Sieber in fourth. Korn is going to be in your fifth spot, with Sieber is actually looking to take away from him. He's got a big run on the outside. Going to close up to the backside of Reeser. And things, like I said, Steven, once things start getting spread out around here and that bottom starts coming in, it's going to be Slide Job City.
Look at the 37 and the 4 Pyramid. They're battling back there in 8th and 9th position. Good battle going on with Nix and Marlowe. Marlowe run that bottom. He's getting that bottom side a going. But look at Jondra pulling away from Scott Fritz as Randy Reeser looking to the outside.
Reeser, Fritz battle side by side, but here comes that 357 of Cody Sieber. Max Sports driver, Max Sims. I can't right now. Anyways, Cody Sieber's coming in the fourth spot, and he is close enough to pass.
Max Droop Sim Sports?
Max Droop, correction. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm still fixing people's correction around here.
If you knew where I went to school, Brett, you would understand.
I do, America. Say no more.
As you look throughout the field there, Jesse Jonders, he's going to be getting in some lap traffic pretty soon, as Randy Reeser is actually starting to close in on your race leader.
I've got me with a mouthful of two, but tell you what, John's run, he was good last week. I didn't know where we were at last week, but he was was it Knoxville?
Knoxville,
Yeah.
Yes.
Not going to forget the sprint car capital of the world. He was good last week, and I tell you what, I think he said that was his third win in the season, and what is I think week number 14, I think, or 13 this week. And we're coming up to the playoffs. They're around 32, I think they said, or round of 16, round of 8, round of 4, championship 9. So they're still on the line, and he's got to be careful because once he gets into lap traffic, the lap cars are in that particular line that he's running. He's got to be careful that he gets by him very quickly. Otherwise, he's going to lose a lot of time. That'll allow second place and Randy Reeser to catch up to him very quickly.
Reeser is doing that. He's catching up to Jondra. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Ahead of him is Ryan Williams in that 63 machine. This time you saw Jondra go to the middle 1-2, but he's back up on the high side in 3 and 4.
Yeah, it looks like Williams is having maybe a bit of trouble running the high side, as now he's actually going to jump down to the middle line. That's going to slow up Jondra even more. Jondra's going to have to make a decision here whether how long he wants to play with this guy or just get around him, because Reeser is there, and Reeser is coming. Working lap 26 out of 50 here, and Reeser has caught your leader. Will we see the slide jobs being thrown?
That's definitely something to see. Randy Reeser up to the tail tank of the 75 and Jondra as they have lapped up to 18th position. Corey Sibley next on the track to be lapped. Corey Sibley running the bottom there, but Jondra continues to lead.
Jondra.
Oh, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Is that how we want to do it? Yeah, go ahead, Steve. Go ahead, Brett.
Yeah, I was going to say, I guess it's my turn to come in here, but no, look, I'm just kind of a special guest here tonight.
Oh, no, I mean, by all means.
Well, 3/10 of a second. Tell Randy Reeser, he's caught up to the back of Jesse Jondra. Again, this is a track that you might see a fair few slid bobs coming out, but if they're not careful, again, one mistake could cost them either win or back in a DNF.
That is true. That is very true. As you see Reeser, he's yet to throw that slide job on Jondra. He's just kind of playing a little cat and mouse, maybe waiting to set him up a little bit, waiting for one of those lap cars to make it show its face and use them as a pick. We look back at Fritz now. He's a couple, so he's got actually 2 seconds back on Jondra and Reeser, as they got quite a bit of gap on the third place here, Steve.
Definitely a little gap there. Jondra actually pulled away momentarily. He makes a mistake into the outside wall. Reeser back in the hip pocket of the 75 machine. They're closing in on Brandon LaShaw and Corey Sibley to put them a lap down. Sibley run the middle of the track. Here we go. We complete lap number 33 of 50.
Well, I tell you what, we've had 26 laps of green flag action since the last yellow, and these drivers are really showing what they're capable of. It's working throughout this race and what they've been able to achieve all season long. But I'll say, coming up to 15 to go, John's run on Reeser. There is nothing in it between the pair. It's Cody Seaver on screen there, along with Jason Korn. He's not looking like a vegetable in 5th spot. He likes to give it up there on the top side and really wring the neck out.
Absolutely no vegetables around here, as everybody is moving and shaking and trying to work their way through lap traffic now as Jesse Jondra. Reeser's still on the tail tank of Jondra. Maybe falling off a little bit here. Jondra is able to pull away from him, but like Brett, you were saying, one mistake, that top side's treacherous, and it won't take long to fall backwards if you start hitting it.
Definitely that 75 machine and the 28 Reeser. Jondra giving it everything he has to get around these lap cars. He wants that collision air, hopefully to pull away from Reeser. Reeser not giving up easily, as they have put Scott Smith a lap down. Out of turn number 4, we complete lap number 39. 11 laps to go here at Fairbury.
Well, only 13 cars on the lead lap, and with 10 and a bit, make it 10 to go this time. But Scott Reedy Reeser in the 28 was trying to go through the middle of the racetrack, trying to find something different in turn number 3 and 4. But Fairbury is known for being right up on the wall, and it's not too often that you get a bottom side work. Of course, the lap cars working down to the bottom side, just giving the leaders the lane choice up on the top side, makes life easier for Jesse John's run, as he won't have too much to deal with on the top side.
No, definitely not. And you see Scott Fritz, he's actually trying that bottom side now. So we'll see if the lap cars scoot up and let him have the lane, or if they're going to just stay committed to the bottom side. Looking back here, looking at Brandon Marlowe, he's rolling in your 7th position. Tyler Berry is in 8th. Michael Pearman in 9th, and James Brazel cruising in 10th. Packard and Hoover are the last two cars, or the next two cars to go a lap down, Steven, and they're praying for yellow right now.
They are. Jonder makes a mistake, but so does Reeser. As next time by will be 5 laps to go for Jesse Jondren. Into turn number 3. He's up there, makes contact with wall. So does Reeser. Here we go. 5 laps to go for Jesse Jondren.
Yeah, time and laps running out for Randy Reeser to try and make the potential race-winning move on Jesse Jondren. Now make it 4 to go. Another car getting put a lap down. That might be Stevie Hoover in 12th position, so nearly lapping up to the top 10. They've got Ethan Pickett at 11th. James Raswell sits on that bubble in 10th. Reeser trying to go through the middle of the racetrack, slided up to the cushion. Cody, 3 to run.
3 to run. Down the back chute runs Jondren. Reeser, does he have a last chance effort for the leader? Sieber sits back 2.2 seconds behind these two. Jondren's coming to the 2 to go now here at Fairbury. And Steven, do you think we're gonna see this? Do you think the slider's gonna happen? Coming to the white.
Coming to the white flag. I don't think he's close enough. Not yet. Jesse Jondren picks up the white flag. Out of turn number 2 for the final time. He has the 47 of Pickard there. Oh, there goes Reeser to the bottom. But you know what? Pickard's going to hold him up. The win going to Jesse Jondren. Randy Reeser coming home 2nd. Cody Sieber in 3rd. Jason Cord. Scott Fritz, your top 5. Ooh, what a show. What a show.
Well, that caution was on, what, lap 7?
It was.
Or lap 8?
Yes.
So you think about 42 green flag. I don't know how many cautions you had prior to that one for when I came in, but again, it just goes to show you right now the drivers that they have in this series for season number 1 of the Bluegrass Iracing series for the Pro Late Models, brought to you by Majula C Speed Shop. They've got a good group of guys here that are very, very respectful and, of course, know how to get the job done. Jesse Jondren picks up, I believe, his 4th win of the season. Randy Reeser home in 2nd. Cody Sieber, Jason Korn, Scott Fritz, top 5, Jacob Lassiter, Brandon Marlowe, Tyler Berry, Michael Perman, and James Braswell Jr. in 10th.
Round out
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Round out the rest of your field. Ethan Packard's going to be coming home in 11th. Stevie Hoover, Benjamin Bruno, Scott Smith, Corey Sibley, top 15. Brandon Lachaw, Ryan Williams, Jory Nix, Jordan Gross, Brett Fisher is going to be your top 20 here tonight.
All right, we're going to be right back with post-race interviews here at Fairbury. You're watching the Bluegrass Iracing Series Pro Late Balls presented to you by Majula C Speed Shop. All right, welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV. Brett Wheeler is rolling down to victory lane to speak to your winner tonight. Brett, take it away.
Wow, we even got him in here. I didn't even check. I didn't even check the Discord.
I pulled him up. He's here.
Okay, Jesse, you make it win number 4, backing up last week at Knoxville, and you must feel pretty happy that you go back to back.
Yeah, definitely so. I think it'll help going into the playoffs here next week, having the extra playoff points. So that's always good. And, it's just good, hard racing. I mean, Randy was there the whole time. Like, it was just a one-lane track pretty much. So
Mate, coming into lap traffic, what was going through your mind, and what was the thought process on trying to get by the lap cars? Because I said it during the call that one little mistake here at Fairbury, and whoever is behind you can obviously capitalise that. Just talk us through what was going through your mind when you were catching up to those lap cars.
Well, to be honest, I was panicking a little bit because I don't know who it was exactly, but he was running the top and I was running the top, and I got to him. I said, all right, I'm going to go in the middle in 1-2 and see if I can get him, and kind of hope he got in the wall or something. And he ended up going down low in 1-2. And then I was like, well, I guess he's pulling down to let me have the top. So I can go into 3-4. I went up top and he went up top again. And I thought, oh, hell, here we go. But, it all ended up working out. It's mainly just making sure you don't lose all your momentum when you're around the lap cars. Eventually you'll get bombed.
I mean, how much do you pay attention to your relative, your mirror while you're racing? Because at a short track like this, you don't have much time to look down at your relative in your mirror, because the straightaways are obviously shorter. The track's a whole lot shorter than what we would say at Knoxville or at Charlotte. What kind of what's the word I'm looking for? What kind of I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I just try and make sure I don't make mistakes. I don't look at the relative at all, to be honest. In the mirror, I never even look at it. I can tell, like I knew a racer's car was white, and I could see a white car in my mirror, without looking directly at it. So I knew he was there the whole time, but I also knew that if I didn't get in the wall real bad and he couldn't get underneath me and get by me, that with as one lane as it was going to be hard for him to get by me if I kept it clean. But Randy's a hell of a good racer, so.
Hey, you mentioned playoffs earlier. We switch to playoffs next week. Does the mindset change? Does your aggression change? What's going through your mind for the playoffs next week?
Mainly just trying to make sure you get to the final round, really the final four there. The aggression, not really, because I don't want to wreck anybody and ruin their chance of getting knocked out of the playoffs per se. But I mean, yeah, of course, if I see an opportunity that maybe I wouldn't have taken during the regular season here, I'll probably send it. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, that's it. But all right, mate. Well done on win number 4 in the Bluegrass Iracing series. Jesse, before we let you go, of course, sponsors, shout out to all the good stuff, buddy. Who makes this happen for you?
I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting, Jason and Scott for running the deal. Backwood Speed Shop, Goldmine Transfer, Brant Farms. I think AC2 Skins. Check him out. He does awesome wraps. Other than that, that's all I got.
All right, buddy, ladies and gentlemen, Jesse Johns, right? Your winner is, I think we're going to send Steve or Steve. Who we got down in second spot?
All right, for second, let's see here. We have Randy Reeser in second. Randy, congratulations on your second place finish there. You was up in the hip pocket of Jesse John a couple times, but a little bit of mistake against the outside wall. You just didn't have enough at the end.
Yeah, Steve, it's just, it's Fairbury, and one little mistake is going to cost you, quite a bit going down the straight and into the next turn. So Jesse's just such a good driver, man. He's so clean, he's so smooth, he's so consistent. So trying to beat him on the consistent game, good luck to anybody out there, So it was just really cool it felt like we kind of pulled away a little bit. We got some good green flag laps in there, was able to pressure him quite a bit. Thought we were going to get him there for a little while, but again, man, he's just so consistent, that's why he's won how many 2 in a row now and how many totals?
4 total, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, man. It shows. So it was a good run though, man. It was really fun.
Well, while you were practicing earlier tonight, did you expect track to slick off this much?
Yeah, I really did. I really thought that it was going to stay, I thought it was going to lean more towards the bottom more so than it did. There was, after a couple of those first cautions, it was definitely bottom dominant, but that quickly went away. It went away a lot quicker than I would have expected. So, we kind of saw that. I had my teammate right behind me, Jory Nix. He was running the bottom. He was ripping the hell out of it. So I figured we'd kind of more so get out of his way. He came up through a B main and was already pressuring me when I was in third, so figured we'd go up to the top, and then it just kind of clicked after that, once we got up in the top and got in the groove.
Definitely. While you're practicing, did you get to see Cody feeding the geese out there in the infield?
No, I just so focused on the race and trying to retain points.
Well, he had tuna in his hands, and he was feeding the geese, and one bit him, and he had to go get some Band-Aids.
I got you.
Yes.
I got you.
Yeah.
Did you at least call the ambulance for him?
No.
Oh man, what kind of friend are you, Steve?
Not a very good one, huh?
Wasn't quite that severe.
Well, go ahead and thank those fine sponsors that make it all possible for you, sir.
For sure, thank you. Sidebite Motorsports, my team. 151 Custom Graphics for always keeping us looking great out on the track, and Diggs by D1RT, my Twitch channel, Rowdy Randy 28. My buddy JMPC, he always puts up money for the hard charger here in this series, so he's a great sponsor all around and a great teammate. And then obviously you guys at UltimateDirtTV for broadcasting this, and Bluegrass for putting this awesome series on.
All right, that's Randy coming home in second place. Cody, you gotta put the tuna down and let the geese play by themselves, because you got to interview your third place finisher tonight.
All right. Coming home third tonight is going to be that 357 machine of Cody Sieber. Cody, heck of a run here tonight, man. Can't be too disappointed with a third place finish. Podium after all. Was waiting for the top two to start sliding each other, and guys, he was sitting back in third there for a while, and I was waiting, and then Reeser closed up to the back of Johnswood, and I was just waiting for those sliders to come and wait for you to come cruising up there, but it just never happened. But like I said, man, congratulations on your third place here tonight.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the third place. Anytime you can get a podium with these guys out here, it's pretty well, done pretty good for tonight. My biggest issue is qualifying. I can never seem to qualify well. I actually hit the wall on one of my laps, and it would have been a fairly decent lap. But if I can get qualifying better, I think I can be up there challenging for the lead a little bit more. But yeah, I was waiting for him to throw some sliders. I think I got third there with like 15 or 12 to go or something like that. And I was just waiting for them to throw sliders to slow themselves down, because they were moving.
Well, that's the thing too, and I think as a driver too, yeah, I would have to imagine at some point you kind of just get comfortable of where you're riding. Don't bang the car up too much. Just be happy with what you got. And I think everybody could agree. It's Fairbury. We're used to seeing some yellow flags come out here, but we had a good long green flag run, man. Did your car seem to come? Was it just kind of staying where it was, or did it come in towards the end of the race there?
It felt good all night. I wouldn't say it came in at a particular time. It's just Jesse and Randy, they got such a big lead there. I was actually hoping and praying for a caution, and it just never happened. I figured if we can get up there to them, it would we could have a three-way race there, possibly four-way race, because fourth place is right on my tail as well.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we've seen a lot of topside dominant race here tonight. Did you try the bottom at all?
Yeah, I went down there for 3 laps and saw I was about 1.5 to 2 tenths slower, so I went back up to the top and just tried to save my car. It's hard to be very, very consistent here at Fairbury, because the track's got so much character and everything, and the wall will reach out there and grab you. And that's just where I messed up at. Just messed up several times and never could really get the ball rolling.
Well, either way, man, congratulations on the third place finish here tonight. Good job to you, sir. Friends, family, sponsors, who gets it done for you.
I appreciate it. And, yeah, I'd like to thank you all for broadcasting, all the guys over at Bluegrass for putting this on. I'd like to thank my team, Max Troop Sim Sports, Brandon, Travis. Brandon was actually spotted for me tonight. I'd like to thank everybody that helps us, go around and everything. Seabird Racing Media, Seabird Sim Sports, Rogue Energy, 309 Designs, Razor Gaming, St. Clair Virtual Racing, Freebird Racing Components, and yeah, I believe that's about it.
Well, once again, Cody, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be your third place finisher, Cody Sieber.
All right, that's going to conclude our broadcast night for the Bluegrass Iracing Series, presented to you by Bejeweled Sea Speed Shop. I'm Steve McMillan, along with Brett Wheeler and Cody Nevin. Until next Thursday night, God bless and good night.